Well, it's Tech for Hire. I believe he's going to bore us again with his bullshit.
Hey YouTube, Tech for Hire here. I had originally planned on doing a couple different videos. I got some new Triumph gear. I wanted to show those off. I have a review of a Chris Vector that I've had for a while that I've wanted to do. I was going to do all of that today. That was my plan for today. Unfortunately, my plans got changed. My weekend started off great. You know, I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which was great. Saturday, the wife was going to a family function out in Oakland, so she drove out to Oakland, took the kids with her. That gave me all of Saturday to finish working on my car, rotate the tires on my truck. I got all that stuff taken care of, watched a few movies. Everything was great. Woke up Sunday, get a call first thing in the morning from my wife. I can immediately tell that she's not happy. She's upset. Something happened. So I said, okay, what's going on? And she's all, we went outside to get something out of the truck, and the truck is not there. So I'm like, what do you mean the truck isn't there? Well, sure enough, somebody stole our truck. We had a 2005 Hummer H2 that has been my wife's truck. That's the vehicle that she takes my kids to and from school or when they go on long trips, because it's a bigger vehicle, it's a wider vehicle, so it feels safer than our other smaller vehicle. So yeah, she went to Oakland for a family function, woke up in the morning, and our freaking Hummer is gone. You know, I'm glad that my wife wasn't in the truck, that my kids weren't in the truck. We don't have a lot of valuable stuff. I mean, I had upgraded rims and tires and upgraded projector lights on it and a light bar. So, I mean, I had some money tied into it, but, you know, I'm just happy that they were okay, that nothing actually happened to them. The issue I have is, you know, you work so hard for stuff. I mean, that was not easy to come by. I mean, at the time that I bought that truck, like, I can't afford to replace that truck. Even if insurance comes by, I know that the amount of money that I'm going to get from the insurance is not going to be enough money to go out and buy my wife the same truck that she had. It's not going to happen. It just sucks because when I bought that truck, I was working 50, 60 hours a week for a private company, and I was able to make enough money to afford that truck. And I bought that truck for my wife because we knew we were having kids, so we wanted something safe for the kids. Now, what am I going to do? I can't afford to replace it. I mean, it's just a bummer, man. You know, I'm trying to be strong for my wife, you know, because that was her baby. That's the vehicle that she drove every single day. You know, it had our kids' car seats in it. So now we gotta buy new car seats. Oh, man. You know, people are just so shitty. You know, you work really hard, you pay your taxes, you take what little money you have, and you buy yourself something nice, you know, or in my case, you buy your wife something nice, and then you have some group of assholes who either take it for a joyride and go damage your stuff, or they're taking it to take it to a chop shop and tear it up, or, you know, figure this is a gone in 60 seconds type scenario. They have an order for somebody overseas that wants my truck. So what do? They steal it and they ship it. You know, I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, you see a 2005 Hummer H2 with black wheels. There's millions of them, I'm sure. But the license plate is 6LEX179. That is not a custom plate. That is the plate that I got from the California Department of Motor Vehicles. If you see this thing around, call the cops. Man, that shit's stolen. Ugh. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. I mean, it was only happened this morning, so it's 5 hours ago I found out. So I've just kind of been letting it percolate a little bit. But yeah, I've already talked to my wife about what we're going to do. I mean, she's in Oakland, okay? So I live 5 hours away from Oakland. So if we didn't have friends and family currently, if she wasn't at a family event right now, I would be having to figure out how I'm going to drive all the way up to Oakland, get car seats, travel all the way to Oakland to pick up my wife and my kids, and drive all the way back. Luckily, she's with family members, so she's going to get a ride back. But they have got to go out and get car seats because you obviously can't drive the kids all the way back here without car seats. And that kind of makes you like think a little bit, what kind of individual would look at a vehicle, look inside it, and see 2 car seats and go, yeah, they can afford it. I'm going to steal this vehicle. Like, really? I mean, again, it's like I bought the vehicle from CarMax, okay? And I bought it at the time where the gas prices went really high. So I got a fairly good deal on it. Out the door with the warranty, tax, and everything, it was like $33,000. So I got a pretty good deal on that truck. It had like 55,000 miles on it, stock wheels, stock tires, all that kind of stuff. But it was in great shape. But I'm not going to be able to find that deal now. Like, just for shits and giggles, I went around and I looked to see what I can find for that amount of money, and there's nothing. And if you go to Oakland, and that's kind of the interesting thing, in my local area, you can get a Hummer for like 20 grand. In Oakland, they're actually going for like almost 30. So they're worth more money up there. I mean, I guess you can ask more money because they make more money, but it's going to be crappy. It all depends on what the insurance does, and it depends. We filed a police report. It has OnStar on it, but apparently, if you weren't the first owner, then you had to do this thing when you bought it, and we didn't know that, so we never did it. We never set up OnStar. And they won't do any, like, you have OnStar, so there is GPS tracking that is available on the truck, but apparently OnStar doesn't let you call them to register it, to pay for it, to use their service if it's already been stolen. So if you have OnStar on your vehicle, make sure it's already registered before you need it. Or the more you know. Watch your crap, man. I mean, that's the funny part is, my wife parked. She got a hotel at what looked like a nice area of Oakland. She parked in the front of the hotel, and it was still stolen. And she talked to some of the people at the hotel, and the people at the hotel said they have security specifically for the front parking area. Yet it was stolen out of the very first parking spot. So I don't want to slander anybody, but I think the Oakland Police Department needs to look at the security guard who worked that shift, because either apparently he's a part of it or he was complicit to the crime. Unless he took it, I don't know. But if your job is to watch the first couple parking spots and a vehicle gets stolen from those first couple parking spots, hello. Now, I'm not saying the guy should have intervened, but you certainly, if somebody's stealing stuff, you say, hey, stop, I'm calling the cops. I mean, that's what a security guard's job is, after all. But apparently he didn't do that. I think there's something there, but at least that's what my wife was saying, and I kind of agree with her. I mean, it's a little suspect, you know what I mean? But anyways, I don't want to be depressed anymore. that's not how I wanted to kickstart my morning. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Mine is absolutely going to suck no matter what I do. So unless they find the car filled with bags of money saying thanks for the ride. But I know that's not going to happen. You know, and my wife was even like, you know, if the cops call and say, hey, we got your vehicle back, she's not exactly going to enjoy driving that truck anymore because, you know, you feel violated. You feel, you know, uncomfortable knowing the fact that somebody has taken your stuff and has used it, you know, without your permission. You know, it's vehicles are very personal. Maybe not so much in other countries, but you know, the United States has a huge car culture. It's very much who we are as a society. That's, you can't go anywhere in the United States with the exception of probably San Francisco and New York without transportation. I mean, you just can't. You need a vehicle. So for most of us, that's a big part of our lives. You know, it's your first experience getting your license, getting your first car, you know, going on your first date in your car, you know. So it's definitely a big thing for us. It's a big culture thing. So, you know, the fact that somebody's taken something that meant so much to my wife, you know, it's a material thing. It's absolutely a material thing. It can be replaced. We understand that. I don't want to convey that, you know, it's like somebody snatched my child and I can't move on. Obviously, we're going to move on. I mean, that's no big deal. But, you know, in the scheme of things, it's right there on the radar. But it's still an emotional thing that you have to go through. It's like, you know, somebody steals your dog. You know, I know it's a living thing as opposed to a material thing, but it's kind of in the same regards. If you have a dog that you've had for quite a while, you love that dog, and then all of a sudden somebody steals your dog, you know, it's a pretty traumatic thing. You know, it's like 1 minute it's there, next minute it's gone. What do? I mean, you can always buy another dog, and you can always love a dog the same way that you love the original dog, but still, you have to go through that process. But, you know, I've had that truck for, I don't know, not 8 years. It's 2017. So maybe 6-7 years. I don't know, man. I'm still kind of reeling from it. I'm, like, not in the mood to do any of the things that I was planning on doing today. All week it was hot as shit, and it rained yesterday, and it looks like it's supposed to rain again today. So, anyways, I hope this video finds you people well, and watch your shit, because there are crappy people out there that want to take your shit. I hope you liked my video. If you want to see more, feel free to click down below. Don't forget to subscribe, or you can hit me at Twitter at Tech4Hire Online.